Directly outside the perimeter gates of the courtyard, a small viewing stand had been erected and covered with an awning and a multitude of wildflowers. In front of the stand, a clearing had been mapped out, roughly circular and matted with dirt for any challenges that might be fought. Somewhere, a small horn blared, and a large, excited crowd began to gather in front of the stage. Quirrell watched from the rear as the small contingent of guards who had led Marisa from her room now led her to the bottom of the short flight of stairs leading to the platform. Her chin held high. She climbed the stairs and stopped to face the people. A fitful wind played with her gown and her hair, whipping them about her stoic form. A ripple passed through the crowd as Famjack Obar strode up to the stage to stand before it. Another man, wearing an atrocious purple jerkin, climbed onto the stage and began to speak.
To all who shall hear, let it be known of our next maiden. She is Marisa of Dangard, daughter of the Imperial Manse, once healer of the Inner Circle. Is there anyone here to champion her?
Obar took a step forward.
I will champion her.
He glared at the crowd, daring for one to speak out against his claim.
I am Famjack Obar, son of the Imperial Manse, soldier of the First Order. Is there anyone to challenge? There is no one to challenge,
Obar declared.
She is one to me.
I challenge the claim for Marisa of Dangard,
Quirrell called out. The crowd suddenly hushed and parted for him as he advanced toward the stage. Obar bit his tongue and waited until the Bothian was standing across from him. The master of the ceremony regained his composure after the stranger's unexpected challenge. Rumor had whispered that someone might try to upset Obar's claim. Obar was known as a cruel soldier and an unbending man with whom no one dared to cross swords, but no one actually expected his claim to be disputed.
You must be of imperial breeding, stranger, to stake your claim,
the master admonished.
What do you mean?
I can see by your dress you're not Scandian, and therefore not familiar with our customs and traditions. Foreigners from outside our lands are permitted to participate in the winning, but in order to challenge for a maiden of the imperial family, you must have equal claim. Her champion can prove his heritage. Can you?
For the first time in his life, Quirrell reveled in his parentage. Straightening his shoulders, he lifted his voice and announced,
I am Quirrell of Botha, son of Paytar, nephew of Holmes, the Dost of Botha, Scandia, Enduchir, Windersky, and all provinces north to the Amburn Sea, east and west to the Teveka Mountains.
Looking straight at Obar, he directed his next sentence with every ounce of power of leadership he knew he had at his command.
I am your Dost-to-be, and I would take Marisa of Dangard to be my Dostess.
Gasps came from the crowd, and several people began to bow in deference. However, the master had to clarify what Quirrell had said.
Forgive me, my liege, but have you proof? I'm sorry, but I simply can't take your word for something as serious as this challenge. He has proof,
a voice from the back of the stage called out. Everyone turned to see Amos ride up to the platform, accompanied by Tanyan and two other guards.
He is who he says. He is Quirrell of Botha, nephew to the Dost, and soon to be your next Dost.
He shot a look at his liege, standing in the center of the winning circle.
Do you accept the conditions of this ceremony, my liege? The winning is not something to be taken lightly. I demand a third condition,
Famjack Obar suddenly yelled. Amos turned to the soldier.
What condition, and on what grounds? That if I kill the Dost-to-be, I will not be held accountable for his death. He enters this ceremony openly, knowing full well I will take his life.
Quirrell smiled bitterly.
I accept all conditions of this ceremony, including those imposed by Famjack Obar.